Have you ever wondered what you would do if one day you found yourself unable to care for yourself the way you used to? Would you immediately turn to a nursing home? Or would you seek an alternative? Aging is a natural part of life, but that doesn't mean we have to follow a single prescribed path. For many, the thought of moving to a nursing home may seem like the safest choice, but it's not always the only option. In this video, we explore 4 powerful stories of older individuals who chose different ways to live life on their terms. These stories highlight the incredible potential for independence, creativity, and resilience at any stage of life. Let's dive in and discover what's possible. And remember, if you enjoy this kind of inspiring content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. 1. The Determined Grandpa. Meet Frank, a spirited 86-year-old with a lifetime of memories in his cozy suburban neighborhood. For as long as anyone can remember, Frank has been an early riser, starting his mornings with a walk at dawn, chatting with locals at the coffee shop, and reading his favorite books in his garden. However, as time passed, his family grew concerned about his health. They suggested he consider moving into a nursing facility for constant care. But Frank was adamant about staying in the home he loved. He recognized his limitations but refused to abandon his morning walks and cherished community connections. Instead, Frank and his family found a compromise. They hired a part-time home care assistant who helped with household chores and kept an eye on his well-being. Additionally, Frank's grandchildren visited frequently, ensuring he felt connected and supported. Frank's story reminds us that independence is a driving force for personal fulfillment. Aging doesn't mean surrendering your identity or routines. Sometimes, a little assistance is all it takes to maintain autonomy, while continuing to thrive in familiar surroundings. 2. A bold move for a new community. Now let's meet Mrs. Eleanor, a retired teacher who had spent over 40 years shaping the minds of her students. At 71, Eleanor began thinking about her future and decided she didn't want to follow the traditional path of moving into a nursing home. Instead, Eleanor made a bold decision. She moved to a vibrant retirement community located in a scenic, small-town setting known for its active lifestyle programs. Her family was initially skeptical, fearing that Eleanor might regret leaving her old home behind. However, Eleanor quickly adapted and found a sense of belonging that exceeded her expectations. In her new community, Eleanor rekindled her love for teaching by leading knitting workshops for fellow residents. She had always enjoyed crafting but had never had time to pursue it during her career. Teaching once again brought her a profound sense of purpose. She wasn't just living, she was thriving. Eleanor's journey shows us the importance of finding a place where you can continue to grow and pursue your passions. Aging doesn't have to mean isolation. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals can reinvigorate your sense of purpose and provide a rich sense of community. 3. The world-traveling adventurer. Next, let's talk about Mr. Henry, a 93-year-old with an extraordinary sense of adventure. Unlike many his age who prefer the comfort of home, Henry had a different vision for his later years. He chose to embark on a journey of exploration, traveling the world with his daughter. From the bustling streets of New York to the serene landscapes of the Italian countryside, Henry's travels weren't about luxury cruises or guided tours. Instead, he sought authentic experiences by staying in local inns and immersing himself in different cultures. Each trip was a testament to his resilience and passion for life. Henry's story is a testament to the idea that age is just a number. While his family had initially been concerned about his safety, they soon realized that his adventurous spirit was an integral part of his happiness. By pursuing his dreams, Henry showed that there's no expiration date on making memories and seeking new challenges. 4. The tech-savvy grandma. Finally, meet Ruth, an inspiring 81-year-old who faced the reality that she could no longer care for herself entirely on her own. However, Ruth wasn't ready to give up her independence. Instead, she embraced technology as her solution. With the help of her tech-savvy grandchildren, Ruth learned how to use smart home devices and communication apps. She installed a voice-controlled system to manage her lights, locks, and thermostat. Video calls became her lifeline to family members, allowing her to stay connected and even participate in virtual game nights. Ruth's story teaches us that technology can be a powerful tool for maintaining independence. Rather than fearing it, she embraced it and used it to enhance her daily life. Her story is a reminder that it's never too late to learn new skills, and that technology can bridge the gap between independence and connection. 5. The resilient gardener. Meet Charles, a passionate 80-year-old gardener whose sprawling backyard was his pride and joy. For decades, Charles nurtured his flowers, vegetables, and fruit trees, finding peace and fulfillment in his garden. However, with age came new physical limitations that made it harder for him to manage the daily demands of maintaining such a large space. His family worried that he would have to give up his beloved hobby altogether. But Charles wasn't ready to stop growing literally or figuratively. Instead of abandoning his passion, he adapted. He decided to downsize his garden, transitioning from a large plot to a smaller raised bed system that was easier to tend. He also switched to low-maintenance plants and introduced automatic irrigation to reduce the physical labor required. Charles's story teaches us that simplicity doesn't mean settling. By embracing change, he found a sustainable way to keep doing what he loved. His family, initially hesitant, was amazed to see how energized and content he remained. This story reminds us that pursuing our passions is always possible with the right adjustments. 6. The family legacy keeper. Next, let's talk about Mildred, an 85-year-old matriarch who had lived in the same house for over 5 decades. This wasn't just any house, it was the home where she raised her children, hosted holiday dinners, and made a lifetime of memories. When her children suggested she consider moving into a senior living facility, Mildred couldn't bear the thought of leaving behind the place that held so much history. Rather than relocating, Mildred took steps to ensure she could stay safe and comfortable at home. She arranged for regular visits from family members and hired a part-time caregiver to assist with errands and household tasks. Her children took turns spending time with her, making sure she was never alone for long. Mildred's story is a beautiful reminder that sometimes, home is more than just a building, it's a symbol of continuity and love. By staying where she felt most at peace, Mildred maintained a deep sense of belonging and connection to her family's legacy. Her experience shows that it's possible to honor your history while adapting to your present needs. 7. The artist who never stopped creating. Now meet Gloria, a former art teacher who retired at 72 but never lost her creative spark. Gloria had always been known for her stunning watercolor paintings and her ability to capture life's quiet moments on canvas. But when arthritis began affecting her hands, painting in the same way became painful and difficult. Rather than giving up, Gloria sought new ways to express her creativity. She started experimenting with digital art tools, using a tablet and stylus that required less precision than traditional brushes. The new medium challenged and excited her, reigniting her passion for art in unexpected ways. Through online art groups, Gloria connected with fellow artists around the world, sharing her work and receiving valuable feedback. She even began teaching virtual classes to aspiring artists, showing them how to embrace digital tools. Gloria's journey illustrates that creativity has no expiration date. By adapting to her body's changes, she discovered fresh opportunities for growth and connection. Her story reminds us that setbacks can be stepping stones to new adventures if we remain open to change. 8. The social butterfly reconnects. Finally, let's talk about Linda, a 78-year-old who had always loved being surrounded by friends and family. After her husband passed away, Linda found herself feeling isolated and disconnected. The idea of living alone in her quiet house felt overwhelming, and she longed for the warmth of community. Instead of retreating into solitude, Linda decided to take action. She joined a local community center that hosted social events, fitness classes, and workshops for seniors. She began attending regularly and quickly made new friends who shared her interests. One of the most impactful changes for Linda was participating in weekly storytelling circles where members shared personal experiences and life lessons. The sense of belonging she found gave her a renewed sense of purpose. Linda's story shows us the importance of staying connected. Loneliness can be a significant challenge in later years, but by seeking out community, we can find joy, companionship, and new beginnings. Her courage to step out of her comfort zone is a reminder that it's never too late to build meaningful connections. 9. The fitness enthusiast who refused to slow down. Let's meet Richard, an 82-year-old former athlete who always prioritized his physical health. Even in his 60s, Richard ran marathons and spent his mornings at the local track. However, as he entered his 80s, knee pain and fatigue began to affect his ability to keep up with his old routines. His doctors advised him to give up running altogether, fearing that it would exacerbate his joint issues. But Richard wasn't ready to let go of his active lifestyle. Instead of quitting, he decided to adapt. He transitioned to low-impact exercises like swimming, cycling, and strength training with resistance bands. He also joined a fitness group for seniors that focused on mobility and flexibility, which helped him maintain his strength and balance. Richard's story reminds us that maintaining physical health doesn't have to look the same at every stage of life. By adjusting his workouts, he stayed fit, avoided injury, and rediscovered his love for movement. His resilience serves as a reminder that staying active is possible at any age. It's all about finding what works for your body. 10. The lifelong learner. Next, meet Barbara, a 79-year-old who had always dreamed of earning a college degree, but put her education on hold to raise her family and support her children's academic pursuits. After retirement, Barbara decided it was time to fulfill her lifelong dream. She enrolled in online courses at a nearby university, choosing to study history, a subject she had always been passionate about. At first, Barbara was intimidated by the technology involved, but she quickly adapted with the help of her grandchildren, who walked her through video conferencing software and online assignments. Over time, Barbara became a star student, engaging in virtual discussions, completing research projects, and even making new friends among her classmates. Her story shows us that it's never too late to learn something new, and that education can be a source of excitement and pride at any age. Barbara's journey is proof that the pursuit of knowledge can bring renewed purpose and joy. 11. The entrepreneur in her 70s. Let's talk about Diane, a 74-year-old with an entrepreneurial spirit. After retiring from a long career in corporate finance, Diane found herself restless. She missed the thrill of problem-solving and the satisfaction of building something meaningful. One afternoon, as she baked her famous apple cinnamon muffins for a community bake sale, inspiration struck. Encouraged by friends who couldn't get enough of her baked goods, Diane launched an online bakery from her own kitchen. With the help of her tech-savvy nephew, she set up a website and promoted her business on social media. Within months, her small business took off. She began receiving orders from customers across the country and expanded her menu to include a variety of pastries and seasonal treats. Diane's entrepreneurial journey shows that retirement doesn't have to be an endpoint. It can be the beginning of an exciting new venture. She teaches us that age is not a barrier to pursuing new ambitions, and that it's never too late to follow your passions. 12. The mentor who changed lives. Finally, let's meet Thomas, an 87-year-old retired engineer who felt a deep sense of purpose when helping others. After retiring, Thomas noticed a void in his daily life and missed the feeling of contributing to something meaningful. Rather than settling into boredom, he decided to volunteer his time to mentor young professionals in his field. Thomas partnered with a local technical college and began offering mentorship sessions to students interested in pursuing careers in engineering. He provided guidance on practical skills, career advice, and even shared his own experiences from decades in the industry. His mentees admired his wisdom and enthusiasm, and many credited him with helping them achieve their career goals. Thomas's story reminds us of the profound impact that sharing our knowledge can have on the next generation. His dedication not only enriched the lives of his mentees, but also gave him a renewed sense of purpose and fulfillment. Thomas's journey shows that giving back can be one of the most rewarding ways to stay engaged and connected. 13. The nature lover who found a new path. Let's meet Walter, an 83-year-old who had spent most of his life exploring the great outdoors. Hiking trails, camping trips, and fishing by quiet lakes were his greatest joys. But as the years passed, Walter's mobility became more limited, making it difficult for him to venture into the wilderness as he once did. Instead of giving up his love for nature, Walter reimagined his relationship with the outdoors. He transformed his backyard into a personal oasis, complete with native plants, a pond, and bird feeders to attract wildlife. Every morning, Walter enjoyed his coffee while watching the birds and tending to his plants. He also joined a local conservation group that focused on preserving nearby parks and participated in virtual nature tours. Walter's story shows that even when circumstances change, our passions don't have to fade. By finding new ways to stay connected to what he loved, he created a fulfilling new chapter. His adaptability serves as an inspiring reminder that we can redefine our experiences while staying true to ourselves. 14. The grandmother who strengthened family ties. Next, let's meet Florence, an 86-year-old grandmother who cherished spending time with her family, but found it increasingly difficult to host large gatherings as she once did. Cooking for a dozen people and managing a busy household became too overwhelming. She worried that this might lead to fewer family visits and less quality time with her loved ones. Rather than allowing this fear to become a reality, Florence got creative. She organized smaller, more frequent get-togethers with her children and grandchildren. She also embraced virtual family events, hosting online game nights and storytime sessions for her youngest grandkids. Her family loved these interactive moments, and it strengthened their bond in new and unexpected ways. Florence's story teaches us the importance of staying connected with our loved ones, even if it requires adapting to new formats. By focusing on what truly mattered, quality time, rather than grand events, she kept her family ties strong and her heart full. 15. The writer who found her voice. Let's talk about Margaret, a 77-year-old who had always dreamed of writing a memoir, but never felt she had the time or confidence to start. After retiring, Margaret found herself with more time but still hesitant to put pen to paper. She wondered if anyone would care about her life story. With encouragement from a local writing group, Margaret took the leap and began writing. She started with short essays about her childhood and gradually built up the chapters of her memoir. The writing process became therapeutic, allowing her to reflect on her life's triumphs and challenges. Eventually, she self-published her book, sharing it with family, friends, and the community. Margaret's story shows that sharing our experiences can be a powerful way to connect with others and leave a lasting legacy. Her journey is a reminder that our stories matter, and it's never too late to find your voice and inspire others. 16. The volunteer who gave back. Finally, meet James, an 84-year-old who believed in the power of community. After retiring, James felt a strong desire to give back, but wasn't sure how to contribute meaningfully. He found his answer when he joined a local food bank as a volunteer. James started by helping to organize donations and distribute food packages. Over time, he became a key member of the team, mentoring younger volunteers and improving the efficiency of their operations. His dedication made a noticeable difference in the lives of those who relied on the food bank. James's story reminds us that acts of kindness can have a profound impact. By dedicating his time and energy to serving others, he found renewed purpose and a deep sense of belonging. His contributions showed that making a difference doesn't require grand gestures sometimes. It's the steady, small acts of service that create the most change. As we conclude these inspiring stories, one thing is clear. Life after retirement can be filled with growth, adventure, and connection. Whether through nature, creativity, family, or service, there are endless ways to make every moment meaningful. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your journey could be the inspiration someone else needs to embrace their next chapter with courage and joy.